Getting about those, thanks again for tuning into yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from San Jose, California once again with another 2024, well, not touring models, but 2024 dealer videos, I guess you could call it. You guys have been commenting in my videos that dealers are asking for $35,000 to $40,000 of markups, with markups for these, touring models, these 2024s. There's a lot of hype. Unfortunately, that's what it is. There's just hype, and there's people that are willing to pay those prices. Okay, it's the same reason why you see microtransactions and mobile games. Of course, mobile games on your phone. For the same reason you see pay to win, games out there like Diable. You guys know. There's other games. There's just so many. There's pay to win games. That's what they call them. And the reason why developers keep on making those games is because, they rack in a lot of money. FIFA, they make billions of dollars. You see, other countries outside of the United States, they finally started cracking down on these practices, on these strategies. They're getting rid of them, the loot boxes, all kinds of stuff. I know this stuff does not pertain to you guys, the Harley community, but like I said, people are willing to pay these markups, these fees, and people are going to pay it. All right, there's people on the waiting list, there's people with deposits, and they're more than willing to pay these markups. And unfortunately, it happens, and that's the reason why people or the dealers are asking for these outrageous markups and dealer fees and these out the door prices. If you contact your dealer, I'm not going to call out any dealership because, like I said, a lot of them are doing it. You would have to find a dealer that's not doing it and then just put them on blast. Hey, these guys in my area, they're not doing markups. If you recently bought a 2024, put it in the comments. If you paid, like I said, if you've seen my other video, if you paid within $31,000 to $32,000 out the door for your brand new 2024 touring model, we're talking about the billiard with the chrome finish. If you paid within that range, then you got it at MSRP and you got yourself a pretty good deal. All right, so like I said, if you're one of those people that recently bought a 2024 and you got a solid deal, put it in the comments and let people know where to go to get that deal. All right, just like I said, put it in the comments. Let people know what dealership they should be bringing their business to avoid these practices, because that's the only way we're going to get rid of the markups and the fees is if we stop negotiating, within or on the terms of the dealerships. All right, if you start negotiating with the markups, that's your starting point. So if the dealer's asking for $35,000, you still have to add the tags, the fees, the registration, the taxes. You still have to add that on top of $35,000. So if you're starting at that price point, you're already losing a lot of money. All right, take it from me. I'm one of those guys that went to the dealership day one when Harley released the 2020 Lowrider S. There was a lot of hype. There was people with deposits. There was people on the waiting list. There was people willing to pay what the dealer wanted. I didn't want to do that. I'm not one of those that's willing to give away my hard-earned money. I wasn't going to do it. The dealer wanted $25,000. Mind you, the bike was retailed at $17,800. The dealer wanted $25,000 out the door. There's just no way. I think there was like $5,000 worth of markups in that. So $25,000 out the door for a $17,000 bike. People paid it. All right. Same reason why on the Facebook group, when if you guys seen my videos, you guys will see that people still owe $37,000 on their lowrider STs. This was 2 years ago. I'm just baffled. They posted on the Facebook group what they're trying to sell it for, and everybody's just, everybody in the comments roasting them because everybody knows that bike's not worth $37,000. The bike's a $22,000 bike back in 2022, 2021. People buy it, they pay the markups, they pay the fees, they finance all that stuff, and now they're way upside down on their loan, and they can never get out of it. And then once they try to offload it, nobody's going to take over that loan. Nobody's going to take over those payments. You would have to either, one, put down $12,000 It's just it's not possible. You can't do it, guys. So, anyways, getting back on topic, how can you avoid these markups and these fees? Like I said, avoid the dealership. That's what I did. Getting back on my story, because I never script these videos. That's what I did. I had to walk away because the dealer did not want to negotiate with me at all. And like I said, they had a right to not negotiate with me because they had people willing to pay the $25,000 at that time. So it took me maybe 3 visits. I came back multiple times. Different dealerships contacted different dealerships. Everybody wanted about the same. They were all in that ball range, $24,000 to $25,000 out the door. Finally, after 4 months, I think after 4 months, we were finally able to start negotiating. And I think that's when the hype started to die down. So if you guys are out there wondering when you could possibly get yourself into a 2024, it's probably going to be somewhere in maybe May. But then again, that's like peak season for bikes. That's peak season for motorcycles. It's summertime. So maybe not May, maybe somewhere around September, maybe October. That's probably, I mean, it really depends on the economy, I guess, but you probably wait about 4 months. If dealers are still not, playing ball, then you would have to probably wait until winter when the sale starts to die down. Another great time to probably, go in and negotiate on these bikes would be at the end of the month. So a lot of the dealerships have a specific number that they want to hit every month of sales. Depending on, the dealership, depending on the month. February is the shortest month of the year, except for it's a leap year this year. But maybe you could probably squeeze in a deal. I would say go in on the last day of the month. All right, if anything, just go in on the last day of the month. If you don't want to wait 4 months, go in the last day of the month. See, where they're at. Like I said, depending on their mark. Maybe they haven't hit that mark for bikes sold that month, so maybe you could probably get it a little bit cheaper. All right, but most case, you'll probably have to wait a few months before you get this, at MSRP, because there's plenty of folks out there that have plenty of money, and $5,000, $4,000 to them is really nothing. All right, I know you and I, we see that, and that's a lot of money for us. But there's people out there that make a lot of money. All right, people are buying the CVOs and then they're paying markups on top of the CVOs. But for the most part, most of us we're probably not willing to pay $4,000 over MSRP. So a lot of people don't realize, that markups and those fees, the dealer fees, the markups, all of that is financed. So if you're someone that's going to finance, these bikes, you are going to pay interest on those fees and on those markups. People just, I guess people don't really think about it sometimes. So not only are you, of course, paying interest on those fees, but now your loan is, potentially $35,000 to $40,000 for a bike that's only worth $26,000. So you're really upside down on your loan, and for some reason, you get into a wreck, maybe you don't have gap. The dealership's only going to give you, the insurance is only going to give you what the bike's worth. So maybe, a few months from now, the value of your 2024 is going to drop. All right. So if you don't have gap and you paid the fees and you paid the markups, you guys have to be careful. The gap is for that reason. The gap is for pretty much the loan. So the dealership's going to give you whatever the bike's worth. Maybe it's worth $24,000 as soon as you drive it off the lot. You still owe $40,000. I mean, that's your loan. You owe $40,000 to do. The insurance is going to give you $22,000. If you don't have gap, then you're on the hook for that remainder amount. So if you bought the bike for $40,000, the insurance gives you $22,000 for your 2024. You're still on the hook for $18,000. That's gonna suck. So if you're someone that's paying these markups and the fees, I would recommend considering getting gap just to cover your butt. And if you're one of those that's adding the stage 1, the packages, the you know, because they do sell packages for these bikes. They sell the touring model, the touring packs, the boom audio, the stage 2 audio, whatever, or maybe the speaker lids. I mean, these are all add-ons that you could add on to your loan. If you're someone that's doing that, if you're adding a 131 onto your loan, I would say, you know, get Gap, because the insurance is not going to give you what you owe on the bike. All right, you're gonna you're gonna have to pay out of pocket for a wrecked bike that you no longer own, and you're probably still making payments on it. That's gonna suck. So, anyways, it is what it is, guys. I made a video on siding with the dealer fees, but I don't think I'm gonna publish it, because I mean, it's just I really hated it, because I can't put dealer fees on a positive note. But I mean, technically, where California is, the cost of living, you know, the cost of overhead, you know, the property, the leasing, the permits. I mean, there's just so many things that you have to account for to, I guess, look at it from the dealer's perspective on these dealer fees. But yes, I mean, there's dealers outside of California that don't have all of this overhead that are asking for these insane dealer fees and these markups. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you're out there and you really want to get yourself into 2024 and you make a lot of money, then go ahead and do it. You know, it's your money. You could do it, whatever. But if you're someone like myself that, you know, that works hard for the money, I would say wait, let the hype die down. And maybe by then, because they're predicting the Fed's going to cut the rate, they're predicted to make 3 rate cuts. Maybe by then you'll get a better deal, right? Not only on the price of the bike, but on the interest rate. So you might save yourself hundreds of dollars, maybe, you know, maybe off the payment, depending on, you know, what you're probably looking at. Maybe you contacted your dealer, you got a credit check, and they gave you 15%. Maybe if you wait later this year when the Fed cuts the rate, and then you go with the credit union, you might save yourself somewhere like 7% off of your loan, and that's huge. That's massive. That's, you know, that's a big amount. You know, that's a big chunk off of your payment. So, nice risk. Get out there and ride. Later.